Hello, I am Sandesh Patil and I will be talking about apparel, footwear and leather industry and can India reclaim its competitiveness in this sector. Creating jobs is India's central challenge. Generating rapid economic growth is one critical element of policy response. Nurturing and enabling environment for investment is another, and targeted action yet another. Related to latter, India needs to generate jobs that are formal and productive, provide bang for buck in terms of jobs created relative to investment, jobs that have the potential for broader social transformation and can generate exports and growth. The apparel and leather and footwear sector meet many of all these criteria and hence are eminently suitable candidate for targeting. Recognizing this, Government of India announced important steps to incentivize the production and exports of apparel. Nearly every successful growth takeoff in post-war history in East Asia has been associated with rapid expansion in clothing, footwear exports in early stages, as you can see in the figure. Here you can see exports of apparel increasing for East Asian companies, and similar thing is happening for leather and footwear after post-war. In successful East Asian countries where GDP growth booms average between 7 to 10%, growth in the exports of these two sectors are exceptional. The average annual growth of apparel exports was over 20%, with some close to 50%, and that of leather and footwear averaged more than 20%. In its takeoff phase of growth, India has underperformed relatively to East Asian competitors. The Indian underperformance has been particularly marked in leather sector. India has an opportunity to promote apparel, leather and footwear sector because of rising wage levels in China that has resulted in China stabilizing or losing market share in this product. Here in this figure, you can see how China's apparel exports have stagnated for 2014 and 15. India is well positioned to take advantage of China's deteriorating competitiveness because wage costs in most of the Indian states are significantly lower than that in China. Alas, this is not happening, or at least not enough. The space vacated by China is fast being taken by Bangladesh and Vietnam in apparels and Vietnam and Indonesia in footwear and leather sector. Indian apparel and leather firms are relocating to Bangladesh, Vietnam, Myanmar, and even to Ethiopia. The window of opportunity is narrowing, and India needs to act fast if it is to take competitiveness and market share in these sectors. Clearly, India still has potential comparative advantage in terms of cheaper and more abundant labor, but these are nullified by other factors that render them less competitive than their peers in competitor countries. The apparel and leather sector face a set of common challenges. Those are logistics, labor regulation, tax and tariff policy, and disadvantages emanating from the international trading environment compared to competitor countries. In addition, the leather and footwear sector faces the specific challenge relating to policies that prevent converting its comparative advantage abundance of cattle into export opportunities. Now let us take a look at policy response and conclusions. Several measures form part of package approved by government for textiles and apparels in June 2016. Their rationale is to address the challenges that we just discussed. Next, textile and apparel firms will be provided a subsidy for increasing employment. This will take the form of government contributing the employer's 12% contribution to Employee Provident Fund, that is EPF. The introduction of goods and service tax, that is GST, offers an excellent opportunity to rationalize domestic indirect taxes so that they do not discriminate in the case of apparels against the production of clothing that uses man-made fibers, and in the case of footwear against the production of non-leather based footwear. A number of labor law reforms would overcome obstacles to employment creation in these sectors. Former employment could increase by offering employees three choices when they will start employment. Thus, more FTAs, GST-induced tax rationalization, and labor law reform would add to the job creation potential of clothing and footwear sectors. Thank you. Above content is taken from Economic Survey of India 2016-17.